Here with us is Yehuda Cohen, the father of Nimrod Cohen, who was just 19 years old when he was taken hostage on October 7th. First, sir, thank you so much for coming on. It's been 415 days since your son was taken. I want to ask you first how you're doing, and have you heard anything about him since?
How are we doing? We are fighting. It's more than a year. I'm concentrating in fighting to get a hostage deal so my son will be free again. And don't remember the second question.
Just have you heard anything about him
Oh,
recently?
well, the last thing we heard about Nimrod from Army intelligence, they're giving us what they call sign of life. Last thing we got sign of life from him is from mid-July. Nothing since then. If we'll take it a little bit back, we from hostages return in November, we heard word some of them saw him there alive and well. So we know he was taken healthy, he was not injured. And a long time until mid-July, we got from the army a sign of life. That's what they call it. They pin it to a date, but without giving any detail, not to expose sources.
Your son, Nimrod, has a twin sister. How is she doing? How is your wife doing? How are you all keeping it together?
Well, we're trying to cope. Nimrod's sister is currently serving in the army, so she is there. Me and my wife are coping mainly by advocating. That means going everywhere here in Israel, to media, protesting in the streets, speeches, going to the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, and abroad, trying to advocate with official, especially in the United States. I've just been last week in Washington, talking to senators and senator representatives, and even House members like Nancy Pelosi. Met her in person, trying to advocate and push for a hostage deal.
I want to mention the recent headline I mentioned a moment ago. Hamas is claiming that a female hostage has been killed as a result of Israeli operations in Gaza, the IDF now investigating. You're the father of a young man being held by Hamas. I have to ask you, what goes through your mind when you hear news like this?
Well, I'm trying not to get distracted by rumors and, Hamas announcements, which are kind of psychological terror on us. I'm trying to stay focused to get to the end of this tragedy, to get to the end of this hostage issue. Of course, we're talking about a woman that Hamas announced who was killed, taking us back to end of August, where 6 hostages were assassinated due to IDF keep maneuvering in the Gaza Strip. There was big demonstration there then. We know that previously hostages were killed directly or indirectly because of the IDF operations, either shooting hostages who released themselves, shooting them by IDF soldiers without checking first who are they shooting at. Hostages who were suffocated in tunnels because of smoke after bombing, after IDF bombing. We need to end it. I mean, we have a lot of details to talk about, but the big picture is we have to end it. We have to be focused on action to end this situation of hostages and not be distracted by details. Of course, it's women that announced killed. It's not my son, but it must end for everybody.
Yehuda, you mentioned you were in D.C. last week. I want to ask what you're hearing from your government, the Israeli government. What should Prime Minister Netanyahu be doing to get your son and the rest of the hostages home over 400 days being held captive?
Well, I must disappoint on this point. We have no expectation for our government. And we can tell the long story of Netanyahu sabotaging a deal after deal for years, for months, I mean, nearly a year. Starting from the deal from November, after 8 days, the ninth day, Israel just exploded the deal because Hamas changed the list of hostages to be released. Part of them are not alive anymore. So we have no expectation from our government because our government in general, and Netanyahu in particular, are not for a deal. They are for prolonging the war for ideologic reasons like resettling Gaza, and for personal reason of Netanyahu, he's under trial here in Israel, trying again and again to delay his testimony on 2nd of December. He knows he's doomed, and he's trying everything to delay it. And of course, all the trouble he has all around, the ICC indictment, people in his office, his head of staff is under interrogation. His one of the advisors are under indictment. He's in trouble all over, and he's doing everything for his personal survival. He doesn't care about the hostages. More than that, he's using the hostages situation to secure his position by prolonging the war. Hey, we have hostages, we need to fight and continue fight and continue fight. So people will die and I will survive as a prime minister. I have no expectation regarding my prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm trying to push for a deal, for a ceasefire from outside. That's why I was in Washington, trying to get to the Biden administration and to push them now that Biden have 2 months left to leave something for his legacy, to push Netanyahu to go for a ceasefire and a hostage deal.
Yehuda,
this is the only way.
I want to ask you about your son. What's he like? What should we know about him?
Well, my son is a regular boy, like every other boy that has the misfortune to be kidnapped. My son, I was sent to the army, sent to serve in the army. That's what I taught him. You have to serve your country. He went to the army. He did his duty, but my government neglected him and left him there in Hamas' hand. Nimrod is a boy like every other normal boy, like music, like strip in the countryside, like games. A normal boy, like every other boy. We wouldn't talk about Nimrod. We wouldn't mention the name Nimrod, only because his misfortune to be a hostage.
So if Nimrod could hear you right now, what would you say to him?
I would say to him that like I say in every time I have the opportunity to talk in media, and that's one of the main reasons I'm talking to media, for the chance that he will hear me. And I always say, Nimrod, we are fighting for you. Nimrod, your father, Yehuda Cohen, will never give up. I will continue fighting until you are a free man. I'm fighting for you to be a free man. I want you to gain back control on your life. And then if you like, and I'm sure you like, you will come home. But first of all, I want you free. First of all, I'm doing it for you. After that, we'll be happy to bring you back home to our family.
Yehuda, it takes so much bravery to talk about this. I know it's been a terrible year for you and your family. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story.
Thank you for listening to me.
Of course, anytime. Please come back anytime. Thank you again.